Welcome friends. In this video now we are going to see the well nugget geometry of the resistance welding. Nugget geometry. So basically the nugget is nothing but the spot which is found in the resistance welding, and this spot is basically the elliptical spot is there. Okay, but for the sake of simplicity we are considering this spot as a cylindrical one. So if you look at the spot, so this spot is of the elliptical shape with this major axis and this is the minor axis. Okay, but for the sake of simplicity we are assuming this spot as a cylindrical one. So this is a cylindrical spot, straight cylindrical. We are assuming this is the electrode. Okay, and you can see here the electrode tip is having some elastic indentation which will be say represented by I at both the sides. Here also this is I is the indentation. I is what? The elastic indentation of the electrode into the plate. Okay, and for the cylindrical nugget, this is a length of the nugget or height of the nugget. L is what? L or H is equal to what? Length or height of the nugget Now there are the empirical relationships for the diameter. D is the diameter of the nugget, which is nothing but the diameter at the tip of the electrode. See, this is the diameter D, which is given as 6 times root T millimeter, and we can calculate the height of the nugget as this. See, this is thickness T and this is thickness T. If you minus this indentation from the both sides, from this 2T, you will get this in height, that is 2T minus 2I, that is nothing but 2 into bracket T minus I millimeter is what? The height of the nugget, isn't it? Now if you want to find out the volume of the nugget, how can you find out the volume of this cylindrical nugget? As pi by 4 times d square times h in millimeter cube. Suppose if they say in the numerical the nugget form is the spherical throughout the thickness of the plate, then we can have this spherical nugget also here with the radius r, which is nothing but the thickness of the plate. Okay, what is the mass of the nugget? Mass of the nugget. We know that mass is nothing but what? Volume of the nugget into density of the nugget material. So nugget material and plate material is same only. So what is volume? Okay, now if you want to find out the heat required to melt the nugget, how to calculate say mass of the nugget in the grams? Then heat required to melt the nugget, heat required to melt the nugget is equal to what? The mass of the nugget into heat required per unit gram. Okay, so here heat required to melt of nugget of mass, say of mass 1 gram. Okay, so it is nothing but mass of the nugget into heat required. So if you look at this curve, time, temperature, so initially we are having the latent heat and go for, this is the melting point. Okay, so heat required for melting is what? Mass into bracket sensible heat plus latent heat, isn't it? So this is nothing but the heat required to melt the nugget. So here, if this is the heat required for melting of the nugget, then we are also having the heat generated, that is nothing but the heat supplied in case of this resistance welding is what? That is heat generated, or in case of resistant welding it is heat supplied, is what? I square R times tau joules, isn't it? And this heat is also in terms of joules. So here, if we want to find out the heat input efficiency, which is equal to, say, efficiency for the resistance welding gas, that is heat required to melt the joint divided by heat generated or heat supplied. You will get the efficiency in percentage. Okay, so generally if we talk about the efficiency of this resistance welding, it's very high. It is around 85% to 95%, because see, there are no such losses because of the, say, conduction, convection or radiation. We are having the least efficiency in the arc welding. Arc welding में कितनी होती है efficiency of the arc welding? It is generally 45% to 50%, because there is a huge loss of heat because of the radiation. Whereas in the gas welding, we are getting the efficiency of gas welding from 55% to 60%. Okay, so we get maximum efficiency in resistance welding, then in gas, then in arc welding. Okay, so this is how we can able to calculate the efficiency. Now see here, actually when we talk about the the spot made up in the resistance welding or resistance spot welding, is having the major axis and the minor axis. Okay, so whenever this axis of the major axis of this nugget is going to coincide with this axis of the joint, then we are getting the maximum heat generation. Okay, but whenever we are having dissimilar plate thicknesses, so this axis is going to shift to the maximum heat generated area. Okay, so what actually this is going to give us, so the strength of the joint is very high or good enough when the major axis of this elliptical nugget is coinciding with the axis of the joint. Okay, so basically the heat generated in this spot is depend upon the three categories. I already discussed this. There may be the plates having the same composition, but the thicknesses may be different. This is the first condition. Second condition, we are having the different compositions, that is the material resistivities are different and thicknesses are same. Or the third condition, so any change, either thickness is also varying or the material composition is also varying. So these are the three conditions that we have to look for the heat generation. Or in the other words, we can say that to get the good strength of the spot in this resistance welding, the heat balancing must be done. Okay, say for example, We are having the sheets with the same composition, but the thicknesses are different. So in that case, how we can use the electrodes? So definitely, so for the thin plate, we can go for the maximum electrode contact area, whereas for the thick plate we can go for the minimum contact area. Or if the resistivities are different or the different materials are there, so for the least resistivity material we can have the electrode with the higher resistivity, say we are using the copper for that. And for the other electrode which is having the higher resistivity, we can go for the low resistivity electrode, say for example copper. So like that we are going to get the balancing. Again, if we talk about say differences in the thermal conductivity, we are going to have the minimum contact area at the higher thermal conductivity plate, whereas we will put the maximum contact area of the electrode where the thermal conductivity is minimum. So this is how we can have the heat balancing in this resistance welding. Very important, please remember this. So every time I am talking about the contact area between the tip of the electrode and the surface, so only we are having we want the variation in the diameter of the electrode. We are not talking about the length of the electrode. Why? When we are go on increasing the length of the electrode, the buckling of the electrode is possible. Okay, so this is the thing for balancing of the heat or heat generation for getting the good strength of the spot weld. Okay, so here in this video we have discussed about the nugget geometry and how to increase the strength of the weld joint in this spot welding and what is the heat balancing. Okay, thank you.